This is gonna be my rant on social media and the changing landscape of it. This is the article that kind of prompted this video. Was a handful of accounts create most of what we see on social media. TikTok, YouTube, and the rest of social media is looking a lot like mass media with content created with high production values. This article right here is the article that prompted this discussion, right, by Christopher Mims. This is on the Wall Street Journal. You know, if you don't have a subscription to Wall Street Journal, well shit, you got your boy right here to plug you in, right? It literally starts by saying social media is turning to old-fashioned TV. So the article is talking about basically this centralization of content creators. You know, even YouTube is a platform that I feel like has grabbed their creators that they really like and really want to push forward. And it was kind of like Peter McKinnon is one that, like, I don't watch Peter McKinnon's videos, but I always see his videos getting pushed out to me, and that's been for years. And that's my thing of, like, they have their core creators that they really enjoy and really try to push out. And I think that right now on social media, it's worse than that. It's more that that's what they've been creating. And I don't know if it's a pay to play kind of situation where these people are paying for that kind of reach, or if it's just that ultimately they don't want as much diversity in these platforms as maybe once upon a time was the case. I really enjoy social media for that aspect of, like, a lot of different fringe kind of mentalities and ideas and creators were able to create and distribute their shit. And, you know, these algorithms would find the audience for this kind of content. That's how I found my tribe, and that's how I'm sure you found yours. That's probably how you found my YouTube channel. That's the aspect of social media that I like, but it definitely more and more starting to feel like it's a pay to play. I remember when Will Smith jumped on YouTube and that big push that YouTube did to really get Will Smith out there, and Will Smith's content was boring. It was flat. Nobody cared about it. And this article is real interesting because they actually talk about how there's agencies now for creators, and for like social media content creators now have like agencies. And there's this case study in there where basically this guy was almost like a nobody YouTuber / creator, you know, had a following but wasn't really monetized and not really making any brand deals or money. And as soon as he signed up with this agency, he began to make 5 figures. Now who knows how much the agency was taking and so on and so forth, but like, there's a big business to this. And I think that that's kind of the aspect of it. Once you get big money into it, it starts to get all these players, whereas opposed to once upon a time it was the one person sitting in front of the camera, like your boy right here, you know, and this person sitting in front of the camera were doing their thing. Now it's this big machine backing it. But the thing about social media that is still this like no man western land, where like that person that has the greatest story or can just does the funniest shit, like somehow some way without the big budget and all this other stuff, can still kind of come out on top. So even though there definitely is this shift in the social media landscape, and there's this push to make it more commercial and more about money than it is about the creative expression, the creative freedom, I don't feel that the creative expression and freedom has been fully pulled out of the social media apps. I still think that there is that potential. I definitely seen the algorithms stop favoring diversity and favoring more big brands, big companies, big creators more than they used to with the content, right? It used to be the algorithm would push out good content that was funny, or content that really struck a nerve with people. That was what would get pushed out. And now I feel that it's more who created it and will push it out, regardless of whether or not people are engaging with that content. So the article then also says this. It says, where attention flows, money and content must also. In 2023, brands will spend an estimated $6 billion on marketing through influencers, a subspecies of creators, according to eMarketer. Globally, the total addressable market for this kind of marketing is currently $250 billion, according to Goldman Sachs. So I only mention it because I do plan to start making TikToks and Reels again, but it was definitely interesting to see that this idea that I had about the social media platforms really changing the landscape for creators is not something that is only in my own head, but like everyone else is seeing it. And once again, it's because there's so much money that's being filtered into you know, these content creators and these influencers. And so because there's money, there's bigger production companies, and like anything else, right? The minute you add money, they're gonna change it, right? They're gonna talk to, brush hands, give a bribe or two to different things to fix whatever it is into their favor. And so, but guess what? It's still, like I said, a place for creative freedom and creative expression, as well as for a manner distributing that creative energy. So definitely, I still think social media is great, and that's why, once again, you're gonna see some TikToks and some Reels coming from your boy soon. But alright, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, there will be a link in the show notes to our big cartel shop where you can get a single issue, if not a year subscription to the Feral Comics Project, the comic book zine anthology that I publish. Beyond that, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Lates.